FM модуль. Радиомодуль.
The hidden composer in residence.
Радиодом.
This is what I bring.
Virus. Destabilization and subversion. Not relevant for the system. Viruses lead completely dependent existences. Viruses do not know freedom. Viruses cannot possibly be autonomous. Viruses exist only in relation to other living individuals.
Some are sublime. This is what I bring. I delivered it so I could spread it all around.
In 1989, constructivist and advanced cybernetic Heinz von Förster said, "In the solitude of our soliloquies, in our monologues, we become aware of our own consciousness." Viruses require bodies, systems that are much larger than themselves. These bodies, these systems act as the hosts of the virus. William Burroughs in Naked Lunch, it is assumed that the virus is the degenerated form of an originally more complex organism that was once viable on its own. It can only live if it penetrates a host organism and consumes its life. The negation of the principle of life as sinking into an inorganic, machine-like existence, a dead matter.
Don't let them see us. Don't tell them what we are doing. Be still and honest.
Background noise and humming. I can go for several ghosts with nothing. Then a more hungry crack engages. But stay disconnect after all. Today involved aggressive to my mimicry.
Aggressive to eat my
presence. We are not vacuums. Cut away what is not there. Silence all possible victories. Dare to force the fight of their disguises. In expiration measure impossible performance. Before time and after the passage is still all one simple whole. And fight arms are bare, no. Disguise man work who means foot ground bare to the summers.
It also worked for time during the cities of the atomic bomb. In way, a most atomic gas has embedded, so adiabatic has to be almost warm.
Some time positions were clicked when some drove wheel.
No. Premature. Are these the words of the all-powerful boards and syndicates of the earth? I say no, these words are not premature. These words may be too late.
The virus is rushing to destruction. The virus lives to death, as one could say in the extension of a thought by Danish philosopher Kierkegaard. To the death of the host that necessarily brings its own death, the death of the virus with it. Viruses need hosts, but for the hosts this kind of parasite can be deadly. Especially when the living systems voluntarily shut down in anticipation of the expected death in a circular shortcut. Complete and final infiltration of the cell structure of a body is called cancer. The cancer of a democracy is administration. Administrations perish when they have undermined the state system to such an extent that it collapses. They are as helpless and incapable of independent existence as a tapeworm on dry land or a virus that has destroyed the host organism. William Burroughs, for the record, statements about the disease.
A tapeworm on dry land. A tapeworm on dry land. A virus that has destroyed the host organism.
I will produce to you those who acquired and those who fumble.
Virus to build upon. In any virus, the horse of the department has been animal. Behind this horse is something much more spotty. Good department himself land between the ape, the accreditations and the application. To be animal yet never to take yourself too anatomically. Commission landing the part of court. All of the commissions will pay in a legal tenant on person of this part. But it is a cost of member that our tenancy will buy neither house nor tenant. A croft of landlord that would apply all terms and rates and would rank risk to be increased. All who bring this viral network market the internets of their being and must use the nature. When poisoned by the mutations, genes were cured what they're meant for in a genetic locus region. The cell grows a mutant that tests to subjects, but not to complementations. This network destroys from the cow of milk himself. The internet is support, like to the explorer. The nature of remnant as it really is man finds, and we do not possess it. In forced children, the nations never for an earth brought of the glory. But how it may become, can any life here tell in youth? Can any life here tell in youth? Can any life here tell in youth? Mass turned in infection to matter of. Who wanted the type only eternal logical? Third infection goes through began treatment and look. All who know this psychic method find the man of their being and must make the day. In type, can any connection of explanation and case, such as the formula to be heavy? Groups have not the streptococcus of rare case and cannot frequent that which is bacterial. The new school of cold vomit, it is in the stress of therapy. That unnatural horse must be proven.
According to French media philosopher Jean Baudrillard, the most important effect of the virus before death is destabilization. Among the preliminary stages of a virus' destructive work are subversion or insurrection, the uprising. The extremely densely woven systems and networks of rotating energies, productivity mania, acceleration, mass virtual encounters which we ourselves have created, constantly push for their own, at least temporary, destabilization. This is the prerequisite for their survival. Communication is itself a viral process in the sense that in communication every element becomes the same and only a network emerges where the same communicates with the same, interactive.
Got pressed before I could address everything around.
Where politics itself are immersed in the world of communication, they reach the same fate of destabilization. It is destabilized. The viruses, virality, etc. They would be the revenge, the objective revenge against all people, against the whole human enterprise of domination and domination of the planet.
I was always more about what's next than what shines.
The second segment is at half speed to bring it closer to our hearing range.
Chronometr na dyżurstwo. K stankam. Wstać. Pauzę. внимание. Подача. Включить. Самоход. Стоп. Полминуты выдержки. Переключить. Операция Б. Прием 2. Прием 4. 7. Серия 20. В работу.
For the exposure.
This is what I bring.
This is what I bring. This is what I bring.
For the exposure, I'll use the dark and delicious blondes with hair that tangles in a heart-arching fronds, just lifting the neck under the deep mouth that sometimes smiles. Seed to flowers, seed to flowers, Wake up, children, break as they order you. From seed to flower, my child with me. From love, cares and God, wake up, children. Cares is just the boy from next door. This is what I bring. And not only may we plant all the will of flower, but we may do all the will of pollen. This is what I bring.
From next door.
As the iron hammer, I steal the hot voice, stick it in the shower, till I'm back to the field in June. Flowers purple, blues in bloom. Why is this life so pure anymore? Never to ask. Why is this life so pure anymore? Never to ask. I've feel young as it's all the year, and I build it until life is sweet. I build it, I feel young as it's all the year, and I build it until life is sweet. I build it. Why is this life so pure anymore?
Why is this life so pure anymore? Not only may we plant all the will of flower, but we may do all the will of pollen.
The destructive power of viral phenomena can be constructively transformed if they are understood in time as necessary interventions in saturated systems, provided, of course, that the future is still considered possible. An important modus operandi for such a transformation is the experiment. The experiment necessarily precedes the test. Ideally, the experiment is realized as a generator of surprises. It provokes the system moving in a specific direction, at least for a temporary deviation. The deviation, die Abweichung, is a prerequisite for any kind of change. In his famous poem on nature, Rerum Naturae, the atomist Lucretius used the term klinamen for this sensation. Industry claims as the very principle of all its initiatives that every human phenomenon, like any natural phenomenon, is capable of being treated as exploitable material. Pierre Klosowski, The Living Coin, die lebende Münze. However, the manufacture of appliances is itself subject to temporary infertility, and this is all the more evident in that the accelerated rhythm of manufacture constantly forces it to prevent inefficiency in the products, against which it has no alternative but to waste. The experiment that precedes efficiency as a condition presupposes the wasteful error.
Neutron reaction target, spallation proton.
I combined the foam and merged. What content has not transformed to the force. Blue all-wheel drive, this accelerator. First make a late road, forgive wheel drive. Accelerator drove with attraction. He thought over to the wall. Accelerator drove with attraction. While the foundry drove to his nut.
He was mined in a coarse car, sure nuts retained. These sons all come, all light pale earth. One pale water looked to place his moon.
A caboose is also held, who must choke and then be cut. The brakeman knows so as to use it.
transferred to be nothing else than a universal stationary mobile large. Precisely what to read and how to act employs the description of the copies of being.
But then if you have accelerate to that development, I automate that you design assembly, replicate that you designed me, then commands will be controlled. How they can transfer instructions and copy what tapes they are from. What tapes they are from.
Hallucinations positive, we knew within that like that delusion of virility. The loss does not lose irretrievable negative phenomenon to neutral charge.
It's not to vibrate, that to re-speed, how to string this mass, or even that slow world. There are, however, the master compare. He was not slow from simplifying. Jewel in the clothes, jewel in the clothes. All who builds this unwanted position withstands the flows of their being and must create the stock. It must create the stock.
The instruction action code, a memory of self. These suns all come, all like pale earth. One pale water look to place his moon.
World full of suspects.
Don't let them see us. Don't tell them what we are doing.
Bitte mal ansprechen, ja?
Bitte ansprechen. Bringen wir wieder an, ja?
Bitte mal ansprechen.
Ja, Offizier vom Dienst, guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Teilnehmer? 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 Teilnehmer?
Ja?
Teilnehmer? Ja. Ja, hier ist der Offizier vom Dienst, guten Morgen.
Bitte ansprechen.
Social distancing is a stupid term from the semantic neighborhood where social networks are coming from. What the term aims at in the present epidemic situation is actually the opposite of what it is supposed to describe superficially. People have been practicing social work at a distance for decades, and they are well advanced in this cultural technique. People have been training distance from the body of the other for more than a century. Telecommunication is the permanent practice in the process of communication with representatives, with avatars, with dematerialized, de-eroticized, basically statistical bodies, units based on calculations. What we are to learn now is a balancing act at the climax of alienation from the body of the other, where nature turns against us. We should practice again in social proximity as a sensual experience and a sensation. Now, as part of an elaborated substitution and simulacral culture. This requires the installation of a permanent schizophrenia related to the split with which I concluded my book after the media almost 10 years ago. To avoid an existence that would be too little in time and thus paranoidly trying to escape time, and an existence that would be too much in time and feels at home on the rings of Saturn in melancholy and bitterness, a principle and consciously cultivated split can be helpful. Organize, we learn, we publish, we debate, and we enjoy ourselves in technological networks. We rave, we think, we enjoy, we believe, and we trust in autonomous, separate situations, each for himself and occasionally together with other individuals. This amounts to a permanent balancing act. In a single life, we have to learn to exist online and to be offline. If we fail to do so, we merely become interchangeable appendices of the world we have created ourselves, of its technical functions. We should not begrudge this victory to cybernetics, the science of optimal control and predictability of complex events.
It's going wrong, but I'm happy to still of nice meatloafs. As I'm climbing the bamboo, caught flying at the sweet dream.
In quarantine, tank fish dip 2 weeks under system. Tank all rock food. What fish is there in being small? Week had from the first to May day for time. System, species. This was the stress since he dipped the tank, so all who fly this outstretched rock run the rules of their being and must play the arm. Every healthy aquarium should be seen by a species of tank. He sought to eat the fish while posting the algae for a rock. And not only may we say all the will of death, but we may do all the will of epidemic. The deaf harassed her and paid, not be old to do without, not be life to say with. Harassed the 4 box I, and the day froze, but how shall I come you? Paid house the man. But she is old, and she sees it not, and years thought a little life. Those for whom box found are lighted by his foot of 40 home. Freeze, winter melt. Freeze, winter melt. Freeze. However, houses also look themselves rains.
every particle of this universe contains the whole of the universe. You and yourself have the whole of the universe. I cut you up in a certain way, I cut up the universe. If you have a pre-recorded universe in which everything is already pre-recorded, the only thing that is not pre-recorded are the pre-recordings themselves.
Fungus sand in the afflicting head, bacteria in action ordinary. Facts and references, may I have your chameleon? It is the system, as it were, of the involuntary insolence, which make us as we successfully recommend. Non-kin is viral of what you do. That they were great kin with the genetic link of cool and ideas is ill. But as yet he remembers to the disease none and relies into her disorder by components. Link the delusion changed into her little reality of hallucination. The only tool he created was an Illyrian of Nazi license. Is this, then, the genetic, much-developed solar universe which exists upon the year-like planet from time?
Non-kin is viral of what you do. Non-kin is viral of what you do. Of what you do.
Infection contact. But I proposed into it infection, brought, seeing, and look it, seemed right up. In contact, told me she had long ago came to present and had said from my infection. Well, you had to propose, you went quite next month, saved. So I brought up to the person and saw myself. Non-Paul last side stormed around the man of their lives. The infection of the day anti-gin is a secondary animal band.
Non-kin is viral of what you do. Non-kin is viral of what you do. Of what you do.
The year is quite late if you wish me.
Some are appropriate, some are defensible.
Redwood flower.
Redwood flower, tell me what can I do but wind you up in the spring and wind chaos all around the place. If it's love or spring, I'll shine up the system, probably light up a few too many. Leaving this burn as a crystal tent, treading on a feather's vein, sick shell to seashore soul. What law would never have allowed. Oh well, nearly all I know matters. Fractures all around me. Leaving.
It's going wrong, but
As media producers, we belong to the traders of the wind. We deal in illusions, in nothing that can really be captured and relied upon. Eludible means not only to fib, to deceive, to create beautiful appearances of shine. It also means taking a risk, putting something on the line. This is the privilege and the duty of those whose activities are classified as not relevant for the system.
Listen to my last words anywhere. Listen, all you boards, governments, syndicates, nations of the world.
After the pandemic, we need stronger cars to be able to escape faster. We need safer cars to protect us from the other. We need mobile fortresses, strongholds on wheels. Fast tanks would be ideal. We need more and more. After the pandemic, we need higher fences to protect our properties. Alpha 60 on all continents. We need to accelerate our communications in order to increase the online delirium. We need more virtual commodities. We need more virtual sex. And we need more and more. After the pandemic, we need bigger football stadiums. We need bigger concert halls. We need bigger and faster aeroplanes. We need bigger and faster ocean liners. We need flying and floating castles. We need to heat up our planet until it is glowing. All we need is more and more. From everything, for everybody. After the pandemic, after we had slept so much and so long, we could also wake up, interfere into the saturated system, recognize the other as our possible neighbor, meet the others with dignity, take care for an unconditioned dialogue, and dance the unconditioned we. We need more and more of this.
Tonight's broadcast, Virus, Destabilization and Subversion, Not Relevant for the System, is brought to you from the hidden composer in residence, FM Einheit. Our guests tonight were media ecologists Siegfried Zielinski and David Link as his alter ego Poetry Machine. Count to Down, FM Einheit and Siegfried Zielinski, viruses lead completely dependent existences. Hungry Ghost, FM Einheit and David Link, from the song cycle Raider Angel. Violenza, FM Einheit and Siegfried Zielinski, the virus is rushing to destruction. Virus to Billabong, FM Einheit and David Link. Pumpen, FM Einheit. -25, Pansonic and Order 2 by Alexei Gastiev with Theodor Kurensis. This is What I Bring, FM Einheit and David Link, from the song cycle Together, Unfinished. Reum Naturae, FM Einheit and Siegfried Zielinski. The experiment necessarily precedes the test. Accelerator, FM Einheit and David Link, from the song cycle Raider Angel. Teilnehmer, FM Einheit and Andreas Ammer, from the radio drama Sie sprechen mit der Stasi, and Siegfried Zielinski, to exist online and be offline. In Quarantine, FM Einheit and David Link. Fungus, FM Einheit and David Link. Originally composed by Mon Amour as Rattengift, Rat Poison. Redwood Flower, FM Einheit and David Link, from the song cycle Together, Unfinished. Not relevant for the system. FM Einheit and Siegfried Zielinski, taking a risk. After the pandemic, FM Einheit and Siegfried Zielinski, originally composed by The Can as I Want More. Episode 2, Virus, Destabilization and Subversion, not relevant for the system.